What's up everybody, and welcome back to Rebels Retrospectives, a great series where I take a look back at some of my most beloved video games ever.
Oh, Rebel, you old fool. If you want to keep using this camera, you can just, give me a few.
Nope, not again. Piss off.
Now, Rebel, let's not get hasty. We both know you'll pay. You literally have no other choice.
Didn't Spyro beat Moneybags' ass at the end of this game? Yeah, it's what I thought.
You want a piece of me, Rhinoc boy?
Spyro 3, Year of the Dragon, Insomniac's third, obviously, and last entry into the Spyro franchise. Keeping with the trend of Spyro and Crash, kept to a one-year release from its predecessor, with Spyro 1 coming out in 98, Spyro 2 in 99, and Spyro 3 in 2000, which on the Chinese calendar is the Year of the Dragon.
Is this vodka?
And besides the clever name, this is just another Spyro game. Same Spyro, same Insomniac, more Stuart Copeland, love this guy. Insomniac did have to get clever to quote-unquote expand Spyro's moveset, but also ended up being that game that really just nailed Spyro level design. However, as a kid, I just cared about the expanded Spyro moveset. New characters to play as, Spyro levels that I haven't played for a whole year, new enemies to mimic while jumping off of a diving board into a pool. I was a weird kid, man. Anyways, it was a new Spyro game and exactly what I wanted. If the change in developers had happened mid-console as opposed to on a new console, I might have noticed something was wrong. But it was the same team, so it was what I was used to. And it was new. It had so much more new stuff than 2, and as a kid, that's all you really care about. Changes and new stuff. As an adult, changes and new stuff make me uncomfortable.
So let's take a look at the changes, the new stuff, the old stuff, the stuff that I'd say they were able to perfect by the end of their third entry, and everything else that makes Spyro 3 what it is. The perfect finale to a trilogy that was literally so good that they built it again from the ground up. Because it was that good.
So the story starts with Spyro, some other dragons, and Hunter just snoozing, when Lola Bunny comes out from a hole and starts stealing dragon eggs. She steps on Hunter's tail and they're all alerted to the theft going on. Turns out Spyro and Hunter are the only ones who fit in the holes, so they head off to the Forgotten Realms, actually doing some world building that makes sense. The Forgotten Realms are dragon worlds that the dragons haven't lived in for centuries, leading to less magic. And that's why the evil witch lizard, the Empress? I don't know her name. That's the sorceress. Okay, Nasty, Ripto, the sorceress. Nice. So that's why the sorceress sent Bianca the rabbit to bring dragon eggs to the Forgotten Realms. Spyro and Hunter are right behind, and that starts the game. Cue the first hub world. I do want to say that the cutscenes in this game are amazing. The humor is so good, so consistently. Yes, the intro cutscenes are great, but the whole game is full with the same level of effort. Good stuff. As for the characters, well, it's Hunter. Yeah. Alora and the Professor do make an appearance later in the game, but besides random NPCs, it's Hunter. Yay. We do meet the villains right away, same as the last game, being Bianca the Bunny and the Sorceress.
Hey, I mean, the name of the game was really clever, so I'll let this laziness slide.
There are a few other friendly characters we meet throughout the game, but they fit a lot better in a later section that I'm going to segue into for Moneybags, so not yet. So right away, your only friend is Hunter, and some friend he once again just has eggs. He knows we're hunting eggs, and he just, oh god, what's the point? So the eggs, that's what we're hunting. That, and of course gems, the single constant through basically every Spyro game. The gems being gems. So gems and eggs, which actually make this the only game with gems plus only one other collectible. Dragons and eggs, orbs and talismans, and just eggs. And that's probably why there's 150.
Again?
And the eggs more so resemble a combination of every past collectible. They'll be hidden.
And I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years.
Like the dragons in 1, some will be out in the open, some actually hidden, and not just in hubs. One for beating a level, like the talismans, eggs for challenges and mini-games, like the orbs, and straight up chasing egg thieves to get an egg. Classic Spyro. Except this guy, I don't know what you're doing, bud, but hey, I don't care, thank you. As for the gems, they're exactly the same as in 2, no color change. Hell, the chests don't even change from the jar shape. The question mark jar making a comeback from 2, and surprisingly, the lock chest with a key makes a return from 1. Neat. And along with the jars and gems remaining the same, Spyro is basically the same. No new moves he learns, but he does carry over all of the new moves from Spyro 2. So swimming, climbing, and head bash are all there from the start.
And when you can't expand the moveset of a character to expand the gameplay, you have 2 choices. Add new characters, or greatly improve level design. If you're Insomniac, you do both.
The levels in Spyro 3 are amazing, some of my favorites, and even the hubs here are great. I mean, nothing is going to beat the majestic beauty that is Autumn Plains, but hey, I appreciate the effort. The hubs are all even this time, which I don't think I have OCD, but knowing every hub has 4 levels, a flying level and a sparks level, makes me breathe a sigh of relief. All 4 hubs are based on a time of day, morning, noon, evening, and midnight, and yeah, they're great. The levels themselves are spread around the hubs, and this time every level has their own special designed gate. Such amazing attention to detail. And the level themes are great here as well. Every level wasn't designed to be a brother-sister to another level, so that individuality really does help these stages stand out. Rome, tombs, cloud cities, ninjas, a swamp, just so much stuff here. And even though it was a PS1 game, the designs of all of the levels was top notch. And in the Reignited Trilogy, it's amazing. The world here is so beautiful, and possibly the best part about the levels, the level layout. Spyro 1 had great level layouts. Spyro 2 shortened the levels themselves to add areas for challenges and mini-games. Spyro 3 blends them perfectly to have longer and more fluid levels, but also having doors to take you to all of those challenges in minigames, which resulted in the balance of the platforming in 1 and the randomness of 2. And ignoring all the challenges in minigames, just beating these levels is a blast. I plan on going into this deeper when I compare all 3 games, but suffice it to say, the best level design of the trilogy. And since I'm talking about levels, there's no more intro and outro cutscenes when entering or exiting a level. And while the cutscenes from 2 were cute, once I've seen them once or twice, I just kinda skipped them. Just being in the level and getting a brief description of what to do is enough for me, and doesn't take me out of the game as much. If they brought the cutscenes back into Spyro 4, I'd say they need to be closer to 5 to 10 seconds long, and just replace the loading screen. Otherwise, that's just less time of me actually playing Spyro. And it isn't like the lack of cutscenes takes away from the world Insomniac built. The NPCs here replace those cutscenes pretty well. They're goofy, say funny things, and give you a real feel of each level in these worlds. Whether that's by these hipster Antifa members, the Starbucks cup being a dead giveaway, Rapunzel having a restraining order, similar to the Romeo and Juliet but from 2, but done better, as well as some random returning NPCs. Handel and Greta make a return to straight tear up. The caveman from Scorch returns, his skeleton still flosses.
Oh, I hate Fortnite.
And of course, the most memorable returning character from the game, Moneybags. A character who, not sure if I'll get hate for this, not sure who would care enough to hate me for this anyway. Moneybags wasn't even that bad in Spyro 2. He taught you how to swim for Pete's sake. I don't know about you, but paying for swimming lessons isn't some grand conspiracy of capitalists trying to ruin everything. He's actually teaching you something. Climbing, how to smash stuff with your head, opening old portals that haven't worked in ages, extending bridges. I fix printers for a living, so people don't just work for free. But here, this is just ridiculous. At one point he says a magic whatever and charges you, then admits he was just standing in front of the door button. Also, my notes say Icy Peak, but I have no idea what I'm referencing, so it might be something funny.
What are you saving your money for? Another sequel?
Yeah, I don't know what I just played, but I hope it was funny. Moving on, like I get it, he's an evil capitalist monopoly man, ho ho ho, but he's only a caricature. He's only that extreme because they made him that extreme. Honestly, I felt a tiny bit bad for him at the end of Spyro 2. Like, he earned a little of those gems. Hell, he should have kept all of them.
The f am I gonna do with them?
At the end of this game, though, Yeah, that felt good. Also, there's a big difference between trying to make money and straight up working for the enemy. Like, Sorceress straight up captures these fools and has Moneybags hold them. Like, he had them in a cage and lets them out, and then they attack him. Rightfully so. And these special characters that he has locked up end up being playable characters that help Spyro in their own special areas in a few levels, as well as their own home level. And this is what Insomniac did because Spyro doesn't have hands. They couldn't think of any new moves, so they just added 4 new characters: Sheila the Kangaroo, Sergeant Bird the Penguin, Bentley the Yeti, and Agent 9 the Monkey. All of them play differently. Sheila and Bentley are, oh, they're so slow, it's so annoying. Sergeant Bird flies and has rockets, and Agent 9 has a laser gun. His section in Fireworks Factory is an amazing Doom replica. Sheila actually fills you in on a little additional dragon lore, which is cool. She's possessed though. Yeah, not sure why, but when leaving levels, the SPCs, they almost just T-pose right out of existence. And once they leave their home, they join up with the other NPCs, one from each level, and help you... Wait, they're just holding it. What are they even doing here? Well, the SPCs from the hub will actually help you, in the oncoming boss battle. They just toss you from out of bounds, so I don't know. Helping. The bosses themselves are pretty cool. They're just Rhinox, and Sorceress makes them all crazy with magic. It's pretty cool. And the boss battles here are probably the best in the series, combat-wise at least. I mean, the Sorceress herself isn't the best, but the others are pretty great. The trade-off being that minus the Sorceress herself, there's no backstory to them. They're basically created right in front of you in a cutscene right before the boss battle. Yeah, and once you beat each boss, it unlocks a special stage in the previous homeworld featuring a character everyone's always wanted to play as.
Oh! The Professor!
Sparks the Dragonfly.
Damn it!
Yes, Sparks is a playable character in this game, and it's actually not too bad. It's like a top-down shooter, strafing, all that. And there are bosses at the end of each Sparks stage. Pretty cool. However, occasionally when going for 100%, I'll miss a gem in one of these levels, and I'll go to hit L3 and R3 to have Sparks point to the gem, and realize that there's a... yeah, nothing happens.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, you just have to go through the whole level looking for one red gem. Awesome. However, what isn't awesome... wait, hold on. Does reverse sarcasm even work? Probably not. What is actually awesome is that these stages reward you an upgrade. Extended reach for Sparks. Lots of help this is. As well as Sparks being able to break jars. An extra hit for Spyro that makes Sparks glow an even brighter yellow. And made redundant the ability to point to gems and the ability to fast travel. Both of those are just in Reignited. And Sparks also talks.
No. If I talk about that, I'll have to bring up... So, how about that story progression?
Once you get to the third world, Bianca the Bunny tries to warn you that the Sorceress is serious about stopping you. Blah blah, and then they kidnap Hunter. Yeah, they trap him, although he's freed when you beat the third boss. If you go to Honey Speedway, or any level where Hunter is supposed to be, he just won't be there.
Crap, did I say Honey Speedway? Might as well just get this over with then.
Yes, Speedways return, collect 8 or whatever many random arbitrary items, boom. Hunter also makes a return in these stages, as previously mentioned, and you control him this time. And it's okay. Best part of these flying stages, honestly. And new to Spyro 3, races. Race against things, relapse, and try to come in first. Spend 3 minutes racing and barely don't pass the thing in first, and do it again. And I'm not a fan of these. But this is a retrospective, so that's kind of like a 100% playthrough, so it's kind of required to do the flying stages. Also, you get to hear Sparks talk, and reading the subtitles and realizing that you can actually understand him is so adorable that I just want to slaughter small creatures to help keep him healthy. And anyways, you do all of everything, and bada bing bada boom, you fight the Sorceress. And as I said, combat-wise, nothing remarkable here. Beating her makes her fall to her death, never to be seen from again. What? Then you get a bunch of cutscenes, kind of wrapping everything up. Spyro is searching for Hunter, who's with Bianca, all romantic. Oh, it's cute. Nice ending. And then you get to ream Moneybags' rear end just as he's been reaming your wallet. Sweet, sweet karma. However, then there's this huge tower with a portal that you need all 15,000 gems and all 149 eggs, and minus the last one you get inside of that level. Can't get that one yet, obviously. And here's where Spyro 3 did something that I thought was very nice. If you're missing eggs in a level, the first eggs on the list has its name visible but blacked out, giving you some sort of hint as to how you're supposed to get that egg. I think they might have done it with the orbs too, who cares. As a kid, there were a few hidden eggs that I was not able to find because the game told me its name. Yeah, the secret had me stuck for a while, because what the hell kind of hint is that? Anyways, get everything and you unlock Super Bonus Round. Fun fact, on the level map rough draft of Spyro 2, Dragon Shores was unnamed with the placeholder name Super Bonus Round. There's a chance the developers got lazy and named it that because they either couldn't think of a name or were just over it, but I like to think it was a nod to what they did. A clever little hey, remember this? That was dope. And yeah, it is. And SBR itself is pretty awesome. I enjoy everything here. Oh wait, did I say everything? Because this skateboarding race is the worst thing in the game. I hate it so much. So much. You need to boost like half of the time to win. You have to be doing crazy flips constantly. Certain falls don't set you back too far, but sometimes falling off the side will take you from first to fourth, meaning you'll have to exit and return and reset the race and try again. Oh, and you need to beat this part of the level to beat the whole level. Yeah, that's wrong. Then you fight the sorceress again on a UFO thing. Yeah, it's lame.
And that's basically Spyro 3. And yes, I did play the Reignited Trilogy, and it is amazing. It's got great graphics, it's easily accessible. Sparks is dumb as shit.
Yeah, I did mention this, but Sparks just refuses to grab gems occasionally. Not sure why. The skill points are here. No, they're not new, but I never knew about them as a kid, so they're new to me. And the skill point for skating in Lost Fleet, terrible. It's terrible, and I'm not gonna do it. And just to make sure I have enough negative stuff to say, unavoidable damage and deaths suck, like making a jump, landing in an enemy's attack, and getting knocked back into the lava or something. Don't make the jump and boom. If Sparks was blue, you're dead. It's lame. And this cat with the pillar. Like, am I missing something here? How do you not get him to hurt you? What? All in all, Spyro 3 is awesome, and it's definitely withstood the test of time, especially with the remake. If that makes sense. It's got so much going for it. It does have its share of lame minigames that take away from its amazing platforming, but it realized its last entry lost a tiny bit of that platforming magic and made sure to balance everything out. They also learned from the minigames in the previous game and reutilized good ideas and replaced the bad ideas. They sometimes replaced bad ideas with other bad ideas, but hey, at least they were trying. But at the end of the day, it's Spyro, and whether you think this game is the best of the three or you think it's the worst of the three, it's only 1/3 of the amazing, astounding, original Spyro trilogy.
Oh, and that soundtrack, Stuart freaking Copeland came back, and it's Stuart freaking Copeland, man. He's great, and this is a great part of the soundtrack, and there's not really anything for me to say about it. But you know I'm gonna.
It's great. The hubs are actually songs instead of ambient noise. However, they do maintain that airy sort of aura the hubs had before, blending well with the fact that there's no enemies. The rest of the songs are classic Spyro, just peak top tier gaming OST quality work. I will say I'm not a fan of Molten Crater or Bentley's Outpost songs, but there are like 6 other songs that are just good. However, everything else is pure amazing. The melodies, the ambience created, the drums, obviously. It's amazing. The boss songs are hit and miss. 2 of them were just a little bland. And why is there an alarm clock going off in Buzz's boss fight? Oh, and the PAL cover is horrendous. What in God's glorious name is this abomination? I'll never sleep again.
And that's gonna wrap this one up. Thanks a bunch for watching. I do put a lot more effort into my retrospectives than I do my other rankings and other videos like that, because it's just fun for me to make these jokes and record these skits and everything like that. Yeah, so I guess on the docket we got the levels in Spyro 3, then probably the egg challenges in Spyro 3, and then I might be taking a look at like the bosses across the trilogy, as well as just comparing the 3 games in the trilogy in a head-to-head combat. And it's gonna be fun. Besides that, you know, There's older videos down below and some playlists. I am thinking of doing some Let's Plays just of some other games I might be playing while I'm making these more in-depth videos and rankings and stuff like that. It wouldn't shorten on it, but I'm already, well, let's just say I'm already playing Fallout 4 survival mode, so expect a couple Let's Plays of those, unless you think I should put them on a different channel, but then I won't. You know, it's just gonna have to be trying to get to 1,000 subs to at least make a couple cents per video over again, and that seems like a lot of work. I'll also probably be doing Kingdom Hearts as my next really deep dive into a series, and I wouldn't mind doing some Let's Plays of those, just sharing the gameplay, using as much of the gameplay as I can to get as much footage out as possible. I don't know, let me know what you think down below. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I gotta start saying that early in the video. No one makes it to the end, and then they don't hear me tell them to like the video, and this probably isn't doing anything. And until next time, peace. Bookshelf's back.